So, good day, everyone. I'm Jayshree Bhatt. I'm the Assistant VP for Professional Ad and Workforce Development. And Campus Food Security Initiative is one of our programs that we launched last year. And this year, we're doing a lot of these free webinar sessions that our food preparation team are demonstrating to the community. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all to this. This is our third session, and we're going to be talking about some interesting chips and salsa and healthy versions of all of them today. And I can't wait to get you guys back to the kitchen where the food prep team will be demonstrating that today. And I'll take a moment to introduce Mr. Ken Botts, who is on the screen as well. If you could wave to us, Mr. Botts, that'll be great. His video might be a bit blurry today, but he's going to show us some interesting recipes that he's going to be displaying as well. And I also want to take a moment to do a special shout out to some teachers and students from the McAllen's Independent School District that have joined us as well. Mr. Harris and any other teacher that's on the call today, we appreciate you joining us. And without any further ado, I want to have our food preparation team talk about what they're going to be showing us today. Thank you all.
Hello guys, welcome to CFSI session number 3. Today's session we're going to be talking about chips, salsas, dips, y más. And this topic is going to show us the importance of making your salsas at home.
Yes, it's definitely healthier, cheaper, and to prepare your salsas and dips at home rather than buying them in stores, because when you buy them in stores, they have usually plenty of salt and plenty of preservatives, and that's just not good for our bodies.
I myself prefer to make my salsas at home because I notice when I do buy store-bought salsas, I sometimes get bloated because of the chemicals and the additives that they have, so I just prefer making my own salsa.
Yes, it's definitely fresher to do them at home. So why don't we start with the mango tomato salsa?
Wow, I never knew you could make a salsa with mango.
Yes, the mango complements the flavor of the tomato just perfect. So this is what we need. We need tomato, mango, red onion, serrano pepper. We're gonna use also some cilantro, olive oil, lime juice, and some salt. So could you please pass me the? Sure. So we just have to add all the ingredients. We have here our tomato.
Here we go with the mango.
Mango. Red onion. Thank you.
And can we use white onion, or does the recipe just have to include red onion?
I prefer using red onion because of the color, but it depends on what you like or what you have at home. So you could also use some. You could also use white onion. So here we have all our ingredients, and we're just gonna. Could you add some olive oil, please?
The oil.
Just a little. There you go. I'm gonna add some lime. You could add lemon, lime.
Wow,
I love it.
That looks very delicious.
I love the colors. And then we will just add some salt and some cilantro. I think this is a perfect salsa for like your get-together.
Yeah, for when you're hanging out with the friends when you're watching a football game.
It's very refreshing.
You know what I think would go good with the salsa?
What?
Some tortilla chips.
What do we need to do the tortilla chips?
For your tortilla chips, homemade, all you need is just some tortillas. You can actually just buy kilo tortillas for $1 in H-E-B, Walmart, or any other store. And for just $1, you just get these. You just cut them. You have that. Then you can just place them in the oven or in an air fryer. And you can make also tostadas.
Oh, the whole tostadas.
You can also make tostadas at home, and they are very healthy. Store-bought totopos like these tortilla chips, they sometimes are very greasy, and they sometimes have too much salt, so they're very salty. And these are just better for your health.
So you didn't add any salt, any?
Nothing. I just put them in the oven.
So we can eat our salsa with chips.
Yes, that looks very delicious.
And what about if we do a pico de gallo?
I think we should make some pico de gallo. For the pico de gallo, all you need is just red onion, tomatoes, serrano pepper, cucumber, and cilantro.
So do I cucumber?
Yeah,
I
cucumber.
I have never tried pico de gallo with cucumber.
Yeah, well, the cucumber is going to give it a very fresh, cool taste. And now we can just make this type of pico de gallo mostly in hot days, like today.
Uh-huh. It's
And
very
they're just,
hot.
yeah, it's very for when you're having a get together, for when you are watching football games, soccer games, or any just when you're hanging out with your friends. Real cool snack. We're also gonna add some lime juice and some orange juice.
Okay.
Alright.
Do I add some salt?
Yes, please.
And orange juice.
You want to squeeze the orange juice onto the orange juice is gonna give it a very zesty little fresh taste. It's
It
gonna
smells great.
Yeah, it's gonna taste delicious. It's gonna taste delicious. Let's mix it up together. Fun fact: in Mexico, pico de gallo is a very traditional dish. People sometimes just eat it with tortillas.
What about on the tostada?
You can also eat it in tostadas. You want me to put some?
Yes. So we can show it.
And as I was saying, in Mexico, it's very traditional. Uh, it's very popular mostly because of the colors. Some people say it represents the flag of
A
Mexico.
Mexican flag.
Yeah,
sure.
because you have red, yellow, and then white.
The red and the white.
It
Let me
represents.
just put this here so they can show they can see the final result.
You just eat it like that. People like eating the pico de gallo. Sometimes just in a taco.
Yes, on a tortilla, on tostadas, or with chips.
Yes. Here you go.
I'm definitely gonna try it with cucumber.
And now we're gonna make guacamole, and we're actually gonna use a molcajete for the guacamole.
Okay, so here's our molcajete. It's very common and very traditional in Mexican household. And for our guacamole, we're only gonna need rock salt and avocado. I added some lime juice just to slow the browning process. And well, this is a very traditional guacamole, how I like it. But you can of course add other ingredients, tomato, onion, or anything like chile or anything else you might want to. So I'm gonna add some rock salt and I'm gonna grind it in the molcajete.
You okay? And I've also noticed my mom also uses the molcajete, but she uses it for salsa.
For salsas?
For salsa,
Yes,
yes.
sure. And if you don't have a molcajete in your house, you can use
A masher?
a masher. You can use a fork, a blender, or
But yes, you can even food processor.
so we have our salt here, and now we're gonna add the avocado,
Wow.
and we're gonna mash it.
Looks very good. I've never actually used the molcajete.
You wanna give it a try?
Yeah, can I give it a try?
So they can see how easy it is to do it. Yes, go ahead.
Wow. Like that? I'm mashing it like that?
Yes, go ahead, go ahead. And you can add tomato, chile.
Tomato?
It all depends on how you like your guacamole. But I like it
Just like
just
it plain?
avocado and salt. Yes.
Wow.
What about you?
I
Did you add
actually,
something?
I actually prefer it with serrano peppers because I like it to be spicy,
Okay.
and just tomatoes and onions. That's how I prefer it.
You see how easy it is?
Yes,
And
and
there you have it.
do you prefer with tostadas, totopos, or just alone?
I would I would put some chips.
Chip.
I
Wow.
prefer chips. So we can remove these and just put some.
Hey, Gabby, why did you use rock salt instead of table salt, just regular salt?
I like to grind it on the molcajete. I think it gives a good flavor, but that's just
That's how you
like a
prefer.
personal
It's a
preference. Yeah.
personal preference, so you can
Yes.
actually you can also use regular salt.
Yes, regular salt, of
Regular
course.
salt.
Yes.
Okay.
And
That
maybe
was,
put some chips.
that's very presentable. That's very good.
That's how I would serve it at home, or like for my friends, for my family.
Friends, family, wow.
Yes.
And this is how it looks. It's very,
We
very
could add
pretty
some. We could add
presentation.
some serrano. Just
Can we add some cilantro to it?
sure. Here we have some cilantro. So there we have our guacamole.
Okay, how about we continue and we make a black bean dip?
Okay, sure. Let me just try.
And for the black bean dip, we actually use a food processor.
Yes.
You don't have to use the food processor. You can also use the masher off the fork. For this black bean dip, we're just gonna need white onion, bell peppers, avocado, and tomatoes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So this is the ingredients that we need for this recipe.
uh-huh.
And now we're gonna set this aside. We're actually gonna make the black bean dip. I prefer to actually put all the toppings on top.
Let me help you with that. I'm gonna.
That way, people, if they can just eat it, and if they have preference, they don't like onions, they don't have to. They can. Yeah, we can all serve our what we like.
This is bell pepper. I love bell pepper.
Like what's up there?
Yes. And did you know that black beans are nutritionally powerful?
Yeah.
They are a great source of iron and plenty of other properties.
Black bean, they are actually very high in iron. People eat it because of the protein, and it's also a good source of fiber. And another fun fact about it is black beans, they're good for managing diabetes.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so they're very good for our health. We should, I really encourage incorporating more black bean
Uh-huh.
dip into our diet. Um, how about we prepare some with
Let's prepare a tostada with some beans.
Yes.
And oh, you know what? I want to add some
You want to add some
cilantro.
cilantro?
Yes.
It's very good.
Let me just. You have.
Yes, I have one over here. How would you like tostada? Do you like anything you don't like? So
No, I like everything.
with everything?
Yes.
Let me just get a bit of everything.
It looks so good.
Let me mix it up here,
Uh-huh.
and then we put some aguacate on top. Here's your tostada. How about we continue with a cactus salad?
A cactus salad, nopales salad.
Yes, a nopales salad. This is one of my favorite dishes.
I really like nopales. I like them grilled. I like them boiled. How do you like them?
I like it. This is how I like it. This is my favorite dish.
Okay.
My mom always makes this. This is my all-time favorite.
Okay, show us how to do it. What do we need?
Well, for the nopales salad, all we need is tomato, onion, jalapeno, cilantro, and salt.
Okay, okay. Here we have the cilantro. So
Okay.
we just add our
Can you just
ingredients.
add some? Yes.
Sure. Very colorful as well.
Yes. And did you know that cactus, there's up to 114 species, and they're all located in North and South America, but mostly in Mexico. And Mexico, they actually dedicate more than 7 million acres to grow this.
To grow.
Yeah, it's very common in Mexico.
So we just mix.
Yes, you mix. Can we add lime or
I would prefer
just how it is?
no. Add some lime.
Add
Yes.
some lime?
Very fresh.
Yes, it's very good. Yes, the recipes are low sodium. They're very good. Yes. Actually, another fun thing about cactus is they're very high in vitamin C, magnesium, and calcium. And for
And we have tostadas and chips too.
you want to make a tostada?
Very healthy. Okay, so we just add the salad. I think I would add some avocado as well, but
Yeah, I think we can add some aguacate. You want to add some? Okay, perfect. That looks very delicious.
We should have the different tostadas.
Let me put them here.
Okay. And let's make one of these. Just to,
Okay. You want to move this plate over here?
yes. And just could you
Thank
make
you.
that
Yes, I can
tostada
make
with the
Yes, actually, you can use whatever onion you want, but I prefer using the red onion, mostly because red onions, when I eat it, I feel less bloated than when I eat white onions.
so
That's
here we
another.
have our
This is this is our final product. These are all our salsas, dips, demas that we created. We hope to see you guys next session, which is going to be salads, beyond, and lettuce, and that's going to be April 13th, and it's going to be at 5:30.
thank you so much for joining us, and we'll pass it on to our guest speaker, Mr. Ken Butts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of this event. I was so excited to hear that there's some young students on board with us because I'm making something today that is very yummy for that age group. We're going to be doing nacho cheese. This is a recipe that I've been doing for years. The really cool thing about this is that there's no dairy in it, and that sometimes makes people go, "What? No dairy?" So the way I got started in doing plant-based cuisine was I was working at the University of North Texas in the dining program there, and we opened up in 2009 the nation's first all-vegan dining hall. After a 30-plus year career in food service, I had no idea what was going to happen next, and I ended up working with the Humane Society of the United States, and I created a plant-based culinary training program for them, and got to travel the world educating chefs in colleges, universities, K through 12 schools, the military, and hospitals, how to create delicious food, how to make things like broccoli taste good and be attractive to a lot of people, not just people that embrace the plant-based diets like myself, who have been vegetarian, vegan most of my life, but people who just enjoy good food. So let's get started because I know I got to zoom through this recipe. So what you have here is a variety of ingredients. Now, what makes this recipe cheesy and stretchy, like melted cheese, is my secret ingredient, which is potatoes. You're asking yourself, what do potatoes and cheese have together? Well, when I was a kid, my grandmother used to tell me at the holidays, don't overbeat the potatoes because you're going to make them too stretchy. Well, that's what we want. So we want that stretch to make the cheese, or this nacho cheese, act like cheese. So, and then the other thing about nacho cheese is it's yellow. So in this recipe, I'm going to take 2 cups of potatoes and 1 cup of carrots. The carrots I'm putting in there for a couple of reasons. For the nutritional value, they're a little sweet, so that brings out a nice cheese flavor. And the other reason is it just makes it yellow once we blend all of this up. So we're going to flash a little bit.ly link at the bottom here, a little short link. So if you all want to copy that down, this is going to be the recipe. I'm going to be going through it really fast, so don't worry about writing it down. I have it on my YouTube channel. You can watch the video. I go a little bit slower, and then in the description on the video, you can actually download the recipe. So I'm a huge fan of Mexican food. I grew up in California and grew up on Mexican food, and moved back to Texas here just about a year ago. So I'm excited because some of the best Mexican food in the world is right here in Texas. Down probably better where you all are, a little closer to the border. Of course, we're in North Texas. We have some good options as well. So let's get into the recipe. I'm going to take this two cups of potato and 1 cup of carrots, and I'm going to put it in the blender. Now, when I do this recipe, you can't do just any blender, and I'll tell you why. This is a really thick recipe, and the thickness of the recipe, and I know this from experience, will burn up most blenders. So I have a special blender here. You may or may not have one of these at home. It's called a Vitamix. They're a little pricey. They're worth the investment, and they can take the thickness of this cheese. If you don't have the luxury of a Vitamix blender, you can get one of these hand mixers. Any store has them, any good kitchen store, or you can even pick them up at Target or Walmart. These also do a good job of blending the cheese. You just blend it in the pot. So those are your two options for blending it. Don't do it in a food processor, and don't try to use one of those little hand mixers like your mom or grandma would make the cakes with. Those won't work. It'll come out basically like thinned out mashed potatoes. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the dry ingredients. You can also opt to do fresh here. Just for the ease of this recipe, I'm doing a half a teaspoon of garlic, a half a teaspoon of salt, and just a little bit of the cayenne pepper and some onion powder as well. So we're going to dump that in. Now I'm going to take all the dry ingredients in first because I want the wet ingredients to push that down. The next thing, and this is something you may or may not be familiar with, it's called nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is not baker's yeast. Nutritional yeast is a non-active yeast. And in the plant-based world, this adds cheese flavor to a lot of things. So this is actually the tang that you're going to get in the cheese, this and some of the lemon juice. So we're going to use about a half a cup of this, pour that in. Now I did have a chef who tried to do it with brewer's yeast. Not so good. Next, what's cheese? It's a lot of salt. It's a lot of fat. So here's the fat. This is a nice high quality organic olive oil. You can use vegetable oil if you want. I like olive oil in this recipe. And then we're going to pour in about a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then just a little bit of water. Now, normally I would turn this blender on. I would put the lid on. I would fight with it for about 5 minutes or so. The nice thing about the Vitamix blender is when you blend this up, it actually goes so fast that you can heat the cheese in the blender. I'm not going to do that right now because we're on sound and I don't want to blow your eardrums out. So through the magic of YouTube, I've got some cheese here. And this is how it comes out, all ooey and gooey. I'm going to show you a couple of different things real quick here that you can do with it. Obviously, as a dip, you can use it on your chips. So I like to make some nacho cheese with it. I can't hear all of the young students in the audience right now, but I know you're probably going, I want that now, right? The other thing is, now I've got 4 grandkids. One of them likes broccoli, the others don't. So for those who don't, I just put nacho cheese on it and they love it. Who doesn't like broccoli and cheese? It's such a delicious dish, right? And then the other thing gets even better is you can take macaroni, hot macaroni, and you can put this over the macaroni and you can do the macarena if you want. Mix that up and you got macaroni and cheese. There you go. I like hot sauce on everything, so if you do, you can get your favorite hot sauce and just spoon that on over your chips and your salsa. What the heck, let's put it on the broccoli, and might as well on the macaroni and cheese because I'm weird. But anyway, that's how you make dairy-free nacho cheese.
Thank you so much, Ken. That was, I mean, myself, I'm super intrigued because I love nacho cheese, but sometimes we need that dairy-free option for one reason or another. So thank you so much. We're gonna have the kitchen team come on as well. I know we are all very, very excited to have you here. Thank you so much for being a guest. Just to reiterate what Ms. J said earlier on, was that we have McAllen ISD with us, watching with us. So thank you so much for being here with us, everyone, and as well as all our consistent viewers from the first session. So thank you all. I hope y'all are learning something new every session that we have. We have another one coming up on Friday. So we're really excited about that. Please join us, and on Tuesday, I'm sorry, and please join us in the afternoon for a salads quick tip or quick tip and everything that you could learn about salads. So don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so that way you can get notified every time we go live. And yes, we're really, really excited. Visit us at our website, utrgv.edu/PEWD/CFSI for more information. So thank you so much. Any final thoughts, Ken, or the kitchen team?
Thank you.
Alrighty, thank
Yeah,
you
I
so
have a
much.
final thought there.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
if there's any food service folks in the audience, this recipe is really good for scaling up, and you can freeze it and you can thaw it out and reheat it. So I know K-12 school districts love this because it's easy.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And we are flashing down below the New Tricks Taco Shop website at newtrickstacoshop.com. So thank you so much, Ken Bots and the kitchen team for giving us a great session. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.